Hi, I'm Robin,
And I'm Kristen.
and we're back.
And this time we are talking about Run BTS episodes 19
19
through
through 21.
21. Oh man. Okay. So, first off, let me just say I love having these, like, watching Run BTS with you and getting
Oh,
your reactions.
thank you, because you've seen them.
I have. So, I
Thank
don't
you.
remember if I mentioned it. I have seen all of them. I think except for the last few. But yes, I kind of already know what's coming, but
Yes.
it's still fun because she gets way into it.
Yes.
She gets really into it, and it's interesting to watch it. It's kind of like when you see Disneyland through a child's eyes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pure and it's new and it's fresh and it's nice.
Okay.
You were the child in this
I
situation.
know. I know. I know. Yes, but it is. It's fun. And I like that you don't tell me what's going to happen. I don't
Oh,
ask
I hate
often.
spoilers.
Yes, I don't ask often. Usually it's like, what was it that he said?
And I
But
recap.
right, but we as a family, when it comes to movies, even if we've seen it, we don't
No,
tell.
we don't like
It's
spoilers.
like, yeah, it's like, just watch it. We're here to watch the movie, not for you to ask me questions
Yeah.
about the movie.
And
So
if I'm
yes,
showing you, like, I obviously think that you would like it,
yeah,
so they just watch and see. My thing is, I think when I did go and watch it on my own, I binged it, and so I was literally going back to back to back through all the episodes, and I think they kind of became a blur. So spacing them out the way
right,
we
right,
are,
right.
and then watching it with somebody who's still trying to figure out what's going on, it's just a lot of, it forces me to pause, rewind,
Yes.
rewatch, and I end up catching stuff I missed the first time.
Quite often.
Yeah, but I do. It's a new experience for me watching it with somebody who actually is actively watching it
Hmm.
and curious about what's going on. So
Yeah.
I do enjoy that. There are times where, like, you'll get a phone call or something, or you'll get a text message and you don't pay attention. I'm like, ma'am, they're not speaking English. You need to pay attention, otherwise you're gonna miss half the conversation. You can't look at your text messages right now. Like, that person can wait the 30 minutes that the episode is.
Yes,
You can
yes.
you can answer them later or ask me to pause it. But yeah, like, for the most part, you're very much in
I'm
tune to what's
engaged.
going on.
Very
Yeah, very
engaged.
engaged.
Yes, I am.
So I do like it. But yeah, okay, 19, 20, and 21.
Yeah.
So what is going on with us in episode 19? Where do we see the guys?
They are at the bowling alley.
Oh yes, they are
And
bowling.
they are bowling. And in the bowling alley, well, they go through a couple of things before, but then they uh switch up and they go into teams.
Well, the first one, they all were
They,
against JK.
well, yes, because JK showed tremendous promise.
And
Lots
so
of promise.
they
The golden
yeah, the golden maknae.
name.
So yeah, they were all against him, and then they ended up splitting into teams.
Into teams, yeah.
And it was interesting to see, like, how seriously JK took it, like, down to, like, his stance and how he bowls and stuff. He even has, like, the curve.
Shining his
Yeah,
his
oh yeah,
ball.
oh, he was very much about shining
his ball.
shining the ball. You can tell he takes athletics very seriously.
Yes, he does. No matter what type it is.
Yeah, he's gonna give it his all, but he picks up on stuff so quickly. So even if he hasn't done it before, just give him like 10 minutes, he'll be fine.
Yeah,
He'll look like he's been doing this for, like, since childhood. And then you have the other ones like Suga, who just walked up to the lane and just kind of pushed it down and was just like, I'm hoping for the best.
I was like, it's gonna happen for me. It's gonna happen.
And then, who was it that kept getting it in the gutter? I want to say
it wasn't Jen.
I don't think it was Jin,
No, it
but
wasn't
I think it
Jen.
might have been Jimin. I think
Yeah, it
Jimin
was
might have kept
Jimin.
getting
It
it
was
in the
Jimin.
gutter. Yeah, he just couldn't keep it straight to save his life.
Although it started out good, but
he did show promise in the beginning, but I
started out
think
good.
Yeah, he kept getting
all those
gutter
rolls,
balls.
like, you're like, okay.
And then and then it would just whoop, off to the side.
off to
Yeah.
the gutter.
Nothing
Yeah.
knocked down.
No, nothing knocked down, but it was fun. They especially when they would like get a setup like JK, like they would knock down
Oh, picking up
eight
the
and
spare.
then picking and able to pick up the spare. Oh man, that was just because they were hoping when he did it and he picked up the spare, it was like, oh, whoa, whoa. But when he didn't, it was like, oh, so we have an opportunity,
To
to get
win, yeah,
ahead
to get
and
ahead.
win. Yeah. So when they picked up their spare, oh, their team was like, ow, oh my God, did you see?
Wait, do we? Okay,
Like,
we didn't actually talk about who was in whose team.
oh no, no, we didn't.
So it was Jin, JK, and V, right?
Jin
Versus
JKV versus J
Jimin.
Hope, Sugar, RM, and Jimin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So obviously, well, no, not obviously, but obviously, JK, Jin, and J and V were doing well. They were doing quite well
Yeah.
despite having one fewer player
Yeah.
on their team. They were ahead, and then something happened at the end, and the other team caught up significantly
Yes.
to a point where JK and Jen and V were starting to feel a little pressure, a
Yes.
little bit of pressure. They were
Yes.
just like you could tell the seriousness on their face when the other team would go up and bowl because they're like, oh God, are they gonna get
Yeah.
it? Are they
They're
and
gonna
the
get it.
relief when they didn't get the spare.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's what you were talking about with J Hope. It's like he got it, and it's like yes, and then he didn't, and the other team's like, oh okay, good.
Yes. But in the end, J Hope, Sugar, RM,
They
and
won, right?
they won.
Yes, that's right. They
They
did
won.
win. And the
Yes.
punishment for
And
this
the
one, what was the punishment for this one?
okay, I didn't actually understand what they were saying regarding the punishment, but they had to spank them.
Yes, so a member from the winning team got to choose a member from the losing team to spank,
Yeah.
but they had to also like offer a word of encouragement before delivering
Spanking.
that little lethal blow
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
buttocks.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is it's it's so fun. That's such
That,
a sibling thing to like spank each other. I guess
yeah.
like just smack each other's, but like I don't know why
Yeah,
that's
just
a
stop. Stop.
that's such a
Yeah.
sibling thing to
Yeah,
do. Like you
it
don't
is.
think about doing that with your friends. Like, oh, you messed up, I'm gonna spank you.
No, no, it
Could you
is.
imagine?
It is. It is very much a sibling thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
just speaks volumes to their relationship and their comfort
Hmm.
level with each other,
Yeah,
and
they are.
like how much of a family they are.
It is.
That they
It's
chose that punishment.
right, and it's more than they are. Just way more than just friends
Oh
or
yeah,
coworkers or whatever.
yeah.
They are. There's definitely that relationship bond
That,
of sibling family,
mm-hmm.
and you even see it. It extends out to the parents.
Oh yeah, yeah. The
So
families
yeah,
of
the
their
family,
families. Yeah.
right, right. So it really is a full circle thing. I mean, a whole circle, not a full, a whole circle thing where they just that's what they are. That's how they're living, and this is how
That's their
they're
little
going through it.
village.
Yes, their village,
The little village.
exactly. So
Yeah.
the bowling was enjoyable. You
Mm-hmm.
should go out with a group of your friends or family or your
Go bowling.
cousins,
Set some
siblings.
like make some bets.
Yeah.
Split up into teams. Decide on a punishment ahead of time. If you're cool like that, spanking. I guess if not, choose something else.
Yeah, if not, choose something else. Yes,
And then just have some
have
fun.
some fun.
Change it up a bit. Don't make it just a regular night out of bowling. Just
Yeah,
liven it up with
some
some bets, some
sibling. Yeah, there's some
challenges.
sibling rivalry.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was thinking that we if taking the kids, the younger ones, bowling and do adults against kids.
Oh, that's rude. They'll win. They'll beat us.
But just hearing them like stick the chest out and be boasting about it and stuff like that'll be funny. And and they will, because they'll all be against us, they will all kind of just get together in their little groups and figure out ways to blow us out.
Yeah. But
But
the thing
then
about bowling is it's not so much it's not so much a defense thing; it's an offense thing. Like
Yeah.
you have to do
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
But I guess if you like try to psych out the
Yeah,
other
yeah,
team while they're
yeah.
bowling,
Or just like it's
taunt them.
right, right, exactly, exactly. We should do that because we're
Maybe,
telling them
maybe we'll do it.
we should do it. We
There's a
should do
lot of
it.
things we keep saying we're gonna do on these episodes.
We're ATV, ATV.
ATV.
What was the other one?
The
The water
water
park.
park. No, wait,
No,
we
no,
did
no.
we did not that water park. The winter one.
The winter one. The
Yeah.
slide. But we have no winter.
No, we don't have a winter
Park.
park. We have to travel for that one. But it could be fun.
Yeah,
It could
yeah.
be fun. And now apparently bowling.
But bowling's like right down the street.
Yeah, well. Anyway, going on to the next episode. 20 was Taste of Korea.
Taste of Korea.
This one was
Korean
a fun.
food war.
Yes. So I don't remember exactly what their meals were called, but I can describe them.
Yes, yes.
So they were split into two teams. Jin was the
Yeah.
moderator, being the cook master that he is.
Mm.
And so on one team you had Jimin, V, Suga, and then the other one you had J-Hope, RM, JK.
Mm-hmm.
And J-Hope, RM, and JK, their team, they had to make a braised chicken, and then the sweet potatoes, the glazed sweet potatoes. And was there something else?
There was something else.
Why am I drawing a blank on what it was?
Or was J-Hope and RM doing the chicken together?
I think they were doing the chicken together.
Okay. No, there was something else.
We'll figure it out. But going on to the other team, they had like a seafood dish that they had to make, and then the
bread.
No, the bread was already there. They didn't make the bread.
Oh.
V was just eating the bread.
Oh.
He was just eating. That was his job to eat the bread.
Oh, okay.
The bread was there for them all to eat while they made food.
Nobody else ate bread.
Nobody, because they were very well. First off, if you looked at the struggle with RM was having with trying to cut the chicken, like he didn't have time to eat bread.
No,
he was trying to figure out how to use a knife
just...
properly. And then JK was struggling with the sweet potatoes. He didn't have time for bread.
He was beyond struggling.
He was beat lazy.
It's like he was beyond struggling.
Yeah, and then Sugar was in the zone with the seafood.
Sugar,
like
yes.
that was his thing.
That was
and then
totally his thing.
Jimin was like, and he had the pan fried potatoes.
Right, which turned out really good.
They looked really good.
Yeah.
I really wanted to jump to the screen and eat their meal.
Because the other team really liked it. Or Jin
really liked it. Yeah. And then V ended up making a sauce to dip it in.
Yes.
So
but V also had the squirrel.
Yes, V had the squirrel because he was adding his own element to their meal because they didn't give him a dish to make. So he said, I'm going to bring an actual dish and I'm going to make it the centerpiece. Yes. And so it was a squirrel bowl that he put the sauce in.
Yes.
And then he put a cover on it.
Yes, a glass
and called
cover.
It Squirrel in a Garden. And that was his contribution. And then JK and his glazed sweet potatoes that got stuck to the plate.
That was over glazed.
Their adhesive strength.
I think, yes.
Sweet potatoes.
What type of glaze did he use? I didn't even see him make that.
It was something, I know there was sugar and something else, but I don't know. I don't know why it was really sticky. Like it just solidified and they were stuck.
And they were
flipped
stuck.
The plate and they just would not move.
They didn't go. They couldn't even taste it. No, they did.
No,
taste
they did taste it. Yeah, he managed to remove some from the plate because I did notice that when he first flipped it over, there was a pile of them. And then when they presented it to Jen, it was just 9 pieces.
Yeah,
because he said, "Doesn't it look like bingo?" He said,
yes, it does.
Sweet potato bingo.
Yeah, the way it was set up.
Yeah, so he neatly configured it on the plate, so he was stuck in the back. That's why he didn't have time for bread.
Right.
V had a lot of time. He was like, "Oh, you need a blender? I got it." He
found
a blender.
Right,
and then he was like, "Oh, you need a dish? I got it." He ran and found a squirrel dish, and then he was like, "Now in my downtime, I'm gonna put some jam on some bread."
Yes, yeah.
But he did feed Jimin. He did give Jimin some.
Yes, he did feed Jimin.
But that I really wanted, and it sucks that we're talking about this right now, and I haven't eaten yet, and I'm really hungry. Because it's only a matter of time before my stomach starts talking. But it looked so good, and I really just wanted to taste the food. And then who ended up winning on that one?
Sugar, Jimin, and
V.
V. Yeah.
Yeah, because Jin doesn't like curry, and they put too much curry in
And
their
the
braised chicken.
And the chicken.
And that's what it was. He did make that note that if you just toned it down with the curry a little bit,
yeah,
you could have won. But honestly, the seafood dish, there were some seafood creatures in that dish I hadn't tried yet. And
wait a minute, wait, did you say seafood creatures?
Yeah, because
Okay.
there were multiple types of
seafood
yeah, animals in there. It wasn't just one
right
thing.
right
So but it looked so good, and I was just like, I trust Sugar. I will eat that.
I was happy for Sugar that he won.
He does enjoy cooking. You can tell he really
Yeah.
likes cooking.
Yeah.
And he gets in his zone because he didn't say a word.
No,
like he barely spoke.
All the antics that were going on,
everything, and he was just like, nope, just gonna focus.
You know what? This is where I am. I don't know where they are, and it doesn't matter.
And it doesn't matter.
And it doesn't matter.
And then he ended up creating this spectacular dish and plating it.
Work of art.
And it looked
It was good, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it smelled good.
I probably wouldn't have had any of it.
But that's because you don't eat seafood.
Right.
And we want, and you know who else doesn't eat seafood? RM. So you guys have that in common.
Oh. None at all?
I don't think so. I don't think he really.
I mean, I
seafood.
eat some, but not a lot. I mean, like the staples like crab and lobster. But a lot of people eat that. Yeah. But I have other ones.
But yeah, I don't think he likes any seafood. Doesn't do sushi.
So basketball, Sugar, seafood. Okay.
Yeah.
Go down the line.
Yeah. Collecting your little commonalities with all of them.
Yeah. So that was the end result of that. And was there a
penalty?
Well, not a penalty, but something for the winners?
I don't remember if there was something for the winners, but I know the losers had to clean the kitchen.
That's a winner. That's a win for the winners. Yeah. That's always a win for the winners.
They had to clean everything.
Whoever cooks and wins.
Yeah,
the guys clean. Well, not you,
but the
other guy. The other
guys
clean the kitchen.
So that was their punishment. I don't recall if the winners got anything.
But I tell you,
I mean, they all won because they got to eat the food.
Yes, and keep their teeth with the glazed sweet potatoes. But anyhow, So and the
episode 21.
21 was the board games.
Oh, okay. So this one, I think I was distracted mentally when I watched it with you, and I had to go back and rewatch it on my own.
Why were you distracted?
I don't know. I don't remember, but I remember not remembering a lot of what was going on. Okay. And so I was like, I have to go back and watch this on my own because I don't know what I'm gonna say because I don't remember what happened. But I did go back and
distract
you. No, I might have been snacking or focused on snacking. I don't remember.
All right.
But either way, I went back and watched it. So they were in Chicago.
Yes, they were.
They were in Chicago for this one, and Run BTS does not stop even when they're traveling. Yeah. They will take it with them. If they're scheduled to record something, they'll fit it in.
Find something to do, yeah.
And so I believe they had a penalty that was supposed to take place outside. They were supposed to do something outside in the city, but it was a rainy day.
Right.
And so they ended up not doing that penalty. But the games that they played, so the first game that they played was a wet marble game.
Yes.
So they had this contraption with a paper towel clamped in it, and then they had to put wet marbles on the paper towel, and whoever's caused it to break, that would be the losing team. So they had two teams again. So who was on the teams? You had
Sugar, J-Hope, and Jimin, and RMV, JK, and Jen.
Yes. And I remember that because Sugar and RM were the ones that got to choose the teams. They were team captains. And then V was the last one chosen. And so they basically said whoever loses, because they've used rock, paper, scissors to determine who gets to choose first. And so they played rock, paper, scissors, and whoever lost had to take V. Poor guy.
That has got to be the most saddest position to be in.
But I feel like they've all been in it at least once. I mean, I know they've all been in it at least once. I know it's not ever, It's not like it's always one or two members. Like they always have somebody that's the last to be picked. I
Okay.
think.
Okay. I have to look for that
Yeah.
because y'all can't do that to me, man.
You
You
can't do
can't
it to
do
any of
that.
them,
No,
and
you
that's like,
can't. You
but they have
can't.
an odd
But as
number.
but
They have an
yeah,
odd
they
number,
do.
so they like. How are you going to?
Well, and I've seen them slice it up different ways, 4 and 3. I've seen
Yeah.
them have an MC and 3 and 3, and but I don't think I remember ever seeing the rock paper scissors and who loses.
I think that might have been the first one they've done.
Really? Okay.
That.
Okay.
But again, that was only episode 21. We've got
Right.
100 and some odd episodes. They're going to
They're
do it.
bound to
First
do
off,
it.
they play rock paper scissors so much. I
They
think
do.
they were
They do.
inducted into like a rock paper scissors Hall of Fame,
Are you kidding
or
me?
ambassadors for rock paper scissors. I think so. I'll have to find that out for sure. But I know
I'm
that
gonna jot that down because I'm looking forward to that.
I believe that they have something to do with like the official game of rock paper scissors. I want to say they're ambassadors of the official rock paper and scissors, and they've actually like changed it a little bit, modified it, so when you see them play it, there are some rules that they created. And I guess at this point, if it's BTS, you'll let them do whatever they want to do.
Well, I mean, all these years now you have an alternate way of playing the game, so that's not a bad thing.
No, change is good.
You play it the regular way or play it the BTS way.
But either way, BTS uses rock paper scissors to make decisions about just about everything.
Yeah.
So they have their teams. The first team, Suga's team, I think is Chica,
Chica.
and
Yeah.
then Arm's team is Go because they're in Chicago.
Yeah. Yeah.
They can't use all their creativity everywhere.
Yeah.
Like let's leave it to the lyrics and all that stuff, and then keep it simple when it comes to team names. You don't need to be elaborate. It doesn't need to be deep.
No.
So they play the first game,
So that
and
was
then
game.
and they have the tongs to place the marbles on, but then our god of destruction RM breaks them, and so then they have to resort to using chopsticks to put the marbles on there.
Oh yeah, that was.
And then all of the marbles are put on there, and the paper towel is still holding up. So then they decided to just start putting beads of water on there to soak it.
Yeah. Get it
and
wet. Break it.
Still holding on. So then they're like, okay, let's, you have to put the water on there, and it has to hold for 3 seconds before the next person can add water. And then finally it broke. Who broke it?
Well, you said RM did.
No, RM broke the tongs.
Oh, the tongs.
Who broke the paper? Who lost that game?
Well, I don't V. I don't know.
Was it V?
Because the other team won.
What team?
Chaka won. Chica won.
Okay, so then Arm's team lost that game. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were looking for the specific person.
One. Yeah. I don't remember. I was looking for the team.
Oh, okay.
But eventually it broke.
Yeah. Well,
Arm's team did it.
And Sugar's team won.
Sugar's team won.
Yeah.
And then the next game they played was
the word memory game.
Oh yes, where they were given the flashcards and they had to memorize the words or pictures in English, and then recite as many as they could.
Yeah. It wasn't just one. They had to like a series.
Yeah, they had. I think some of them had like up to 6 or 7 words in their hand. So yes, no, I think some of them had more, but they did that one, and then RM's team won that one.
RM's team won that one. Yes, they did.
Because the other team, they struggled to remember the words, but RM
and yet
remembered
they do
a lot.
it all the time.
But it's different because they were in English, and so that's not their, that's not their. But RM, of course, he excelled in that one. So they won that one. So now it's 1-1, and then the next game they played was the block
builders.
Okay,
game,
so there's a build, like they get a card that has a design that they have to build with blocks, and then they have to use a little crane to build it in a certain time frame. And if they succeed, then they get the points. Yes. And who won that one?
RM's team won.
RM's team won that one.
Yeah, they won.
They did do really well on that one. And then the last game was Uno. And I don't know if they did teams for this one, or was it individual?
It was individuals.
So who was the first one to win? I think J-Hope was the first one to.
I have J-Hope as being the winner
Well, he was the first one
to
to
win.
win, like to get Uno
Mm.
and get out. So they played until the last person,
Oh,
and I
and who
think Jimin was the last person.
standing?
No, Jimin and Suga, and so they ended up doing where
Rock paper
they were
scissors. I'm
no,
just
I
kidding.
know you would think they were supposed to both do the penalty, and I think Jimin said no, only one of us should do it, and so they laid all the cards out, and they would each pick a card, and whoever had the highest card won,
Mhm.
and then Jimin ended up, I think, losing and
And
getting the
having to do
penalty.
penalty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which I don't
Okay.
think they did the penalty on the episode, so it's probably saved for
No, because
another.
it was raining. They
Yeah,
couldn't go
so
out.
they
Yeah.
saved it for another day,
Yeah.
but he got the penalty. So it's funny because when he suggested it, he was like, "Yeah, you should have only one person do it." And I think he felt Sugar was gonna lose, and
And that
he ended
sugar
up
would be the one,
yeah,
right?
he would
Nah,
be the
didn't happen
one.
that way. Didn't
No, it
happen
did
that way.
not. But that was that episode, and that's nice little rainy day activity to do. Is
Indoor,
just
yeah.
fun of a series of games to play when you're bored, or when you got kids that you have to keep entertained.
Yes.
Just watch some Run BTS episodes for inspiration
Right.
on your rainy day. Actually, I think that's how I got you into Run BTS. Is I was showing you clips of games that we could play
That's right.
at
At
our
our
family
family
gatherings.
gatherings. Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, I saw this game. I think it would be really great." And I would show her, and she's just like, "Well, what are they doing there? What's happening? Why are they doing that?" And
Well,
so I
like
have
and I don't want to keep going back to this, but you have to understand, and I know you do. I'm not saying you don't, but
y'all
when
have to understand that I have to understand.
that as far as getting to know the people, the artists that you enjoy or you really really like, we had to wait until they were being interviewed or on a show, and then these guys and others have their own little show, their own variety show, and you get to know them in such a deeper way
Mm-hmm.
and such a playful way
Mm-hmm.
and everything. And I'm like, I thought they were a band. What are they doing? Why are they
She's like, so they don't make music? They're comedians?
right?
Like, they're
Or
both.
they're game players? I mean, what do they do?
Are they racing? What are they doing?
But the one thing that I seen in one of the clips, because I don't think we got to this particular show in our span of doing shows and intervals of doing shows, but it was the water hockey or water soccer,
The water, no, the bubble soccer
bubble
with where they're in
soccer.
their
Okay,
inflatable thing.
yes, yes. The minute that episode went off, I got on Amazon and I started looking for a large
Inflatable soccer
inflatable
field.
soccer field. I said, we have to do this in the summer when we come together, for the 4th of July or
Or
Labor Day or I
something.
mean, Memorial Day. Whatever, we have to do that.
We don't. We can
No,
watch.
no.
I wanna watch the kids do that.
It'd probably be a lot better on my
Yeah, like I
my
wanna
physical
watch.
being if I just watched the kids do
Yeah,
it too.
I don't think we need to jump in there, right away.
Yeah.
And if they're like, "How do you play?" Just show them the episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't even think we watched the whole episode. I think we just watched the clips of them because
We
there's
didn't
so
watch that
many.
one?
No, because there's so many compilations of that episode is such a memorable episode, I think, for Army. And when it comes to the funniest Run BTS moments, that's always in there.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah.
always in there.
Okay.
So I think we were watching a compilation
Population
of like
of
the
it. Okay.
funniest episodes or funniest moments. And yes, of course, that one was in there, and it so much funny happened in that episode. So like practically the entire episode is a funny moment.
Yes, yes.
Like you can't cut
You
out
can't
parts.
pick out
Yeah,
and figure,
there's
okay,
so
that's the
many
funniest
things.
moment. That you
There were
have to
so
pretty
many
much
things
go
that were
with it.
happening that were just
Yeah.
so chaotic.
Yes.
And just I love why I can't wait till we get to that full episode.
Yeah.
But yes, there are so many funny Run BTS moments that are in those compilations. So if you want a good laugh, a pick me up, just YouTube it.
Or you have nothing to do on a rainy day, adults.
Yeah. While your kids are being entertained by these games, you can be entertained by Run BTS.
Yes.
And just
sorry.
find some episodes so you can get some good laughs, or just watch a compilation of all the funniest moments and get all your laughs in at once.
Ouch.
And yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I think we are done here before
Yeah.
you take your ear off.
It got it hurt. I got caught in a little doohickey thing, but
I
I'm
don't
okay.
know what the doohickey thing is, and neither do they. But whatever you say, scientifically, the doohickey thing is somewhere in the ear region.
Right, exactly.
And she heard it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm okay.
But she's okay. She's okay. Well,
right.
We're not doing a injury counter on you this time, I guess. Like we
was,
did last episode.
No, I don't think there was one.
No.
No, I don't think there was one. The one thing, not an injury count, but during the bowling, they changed J-Hope's nickname to watermelon farmer.
Oh yeah, because he chose the green one.
He chose the green one, and when he was he shining it?
Yeah, he was shining.
He was shining it, and it looked like he was shining a watermelon. But they nicknamed it
jokesters,
watermelon.
Those guys.
So that was just no, but there weren't any injuries this time around.
Oh, well.
No bowling balls on anybody's toes or anything.
No fingers got stuck.
No fingers got stuck. Although RM didn't quite know how to put his fingers in.
I love RM. I love RM.
So it's like, how do you do this? But
it's so precious.
For the sake of them, no injuries.
All right, well, let's wrap it up, I guess. We'll see you guys next time. We'll be talking about The Most Beautiful Woman in Life, Young Forever. So we'll be finishing up that trilogy, and then getting ready to move on to the next album.
Yes, Wings. Right?
Yeah,
Wings. Okay.
So,
all right.
We're excited. You excited? I'm excited.
Yeah. I want to get into that.
I know, right?
I'm excited about your notes. I'm excited about our notes.
I'm excited to see what those notes say too. All right, we'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye.